Welcome back to Drawing with Mark. Today we're going to draw something that looks a little more difficult, but it's still just a bunch of lines, and that's a dragon. We're going to put our paper, not up and down, but sideways, and once we get that, we're going to start our drawing right about here. The first thing we're going to draw is the eyelid, so we're going to take a line that goes up, and then back down like that, and then we're going to put the eye underneath that, and we're going to put the rest of the eye come up and touch the eyelid like about here. And then we're going to start on his nose. We'll start right about the middle of the eyelid and come down, and then we'll go to the top of his mouth and then put a little nose in there so he can breathe. Fire breathing dragons have to breathe. And on the other side of his head, we're going to put just a little indication of another eyelid. Then we're going to do the bottom of his mouth and his chin and make kind of a little zigzaggy type of line because it's a dragon. Then we're going to go to the top of his eyelid, and we're going to take a line that goes up and then down and then back up and kind of curve it, and then we're going to go back down and up again and back down and then up and down, and they're kind of curvy. This is kind of the back of his head, and dragons have heads like that, kind of. At least ours does. We have one real long one that goes down and then comes back up and touches where his chin is. So now you've got his head, his eyes, his nose, his mouth, and that dragon head looking thing. Then we're going to go right under his head, and we're going to draw a line kind of down. And then we're going to go back behind his head, and we're going to start right here and put a little line that touches the other side, just to indicate it goes there. And then we're going to go all the way down, and it's just going to run to the side of the other one. And then we're going to go right under his face, and we're going to run another line. Now what that is that's the part underneath his neck. All right, now that we've got his neck, we're going to do his leg. And to do that, we're going to go right about here first and then curve down, kind of like a C, but then we're going to go right down here and then go back the other way, which kind of looks like a sideways V. And when we get to the end of that, we're going to put on his foot just some little curvy lines that looks like toes, and then back up. And then we're going to go back by the side of that line. That makes his elbow, and then up, and then curve it. So that's kind of a dragon or a dinosaur type leg. And then we're going to put some nails on him, really sharp because he's a dragon. And then we'll put a couple of lines just to indicate that that leg's kind of curved. Put another one up here. And then we're going to go here and do the other leg. Now that leg's going to be going out straight because he's just kind of landing or getting ready to walk. And then we'll do the same thing as we did with the other one, and then just go back up. We're going to put that sharp nail on like we did before, and another one back here, because you can only see those two. The other one's behind his leg. And then we'll put a couple of curved lines again, just to indicate that that leg's kind of curved. So now we've got his two legs and the under part of his neck. We'll put some little lines like this, kind of like you would see on the underneath of an alligator or something. Because dragons are reptiles, we'll just kind of put those lines like that. And we'll make sure we connect that one and we connect that one. Then we're going to go back to his back of his neck. We're going to go up with a line, kind of at an angle, and then go the total opposite way to make that sideways V again. This is going to be his wing, and we'll kind of go down to put, and then back, and then follow that line again. That's the edge of his wing, and we'll curve it down so where it's connected to the body. Then we're going to go right here and put another line, and we're going to curve it over to that wing. And then we're going to put some lines up like this, another one like that. And on each one of those, we're going to put kind of a little mini spike. Put another one up here like this. And And maybe make those a little closer together. Put another spike and another line. That kind of shows the ridge of his neck. Another one right there. And then here's that spike on the end of his wing. Put a line. Then we'll put a line going backwards to make the rest of his wing. And we'll curve that in, kind of make a spiky shape, and then another one, and then curve it in, and another one, and curve it in. Each one of those kind of has a spike spot. And then we'll take it over and connect it to the body. So this is his wing. It's kind of half folded up as you just landed. Then we'll make another little line next to that one to make the other ridge. And then we're going to take a line here to make another ridge. And we'll go right here at this spike and do one that comes back that way. Same type thing, but just going the other direction. And then we'll make another one right here. And then that last spike will make a ridge right there. So that's one wing, and then we'll put some spikes on that just to make it, or talons just to make it look something he can fight with. So when he's fighting, he can use that wing to fight people. And then we'll put some little spikes on the other part of the end of the wing ridges. And there again, that just gives him something to fight with because dragons are ferocious. And we'll put one up here on this one too. So that's one wing. He's got two wings. So the other wing's mostly hidden by the first wing. So we're going to bring a line down like this with a little spike on the end. And then we're going to curve it down like so. Because we can just see some of that wing because it's kind of right next to the other one. And it's partially hidden. But we still have to put those ridges. So we'll put one here. We'll put one here. And we'll put a last one down here. So that's the ridges of the wing that we can just see a little bit of. So now we got to do the rest of his body. So we'll start right about here on this leg. And then we'll curve back like this. Of course, we got to get that underbelly part, so we'll do that here. And then we can do the back legs. We're going to make a curved line like this. And then bring it back in. And back out. From the top, we're going to curve that line all the way in and then back in. And then back out to kind of make his knee joint. Got a little spike on it. And then we'll bring it in out like so to get that foot. And there again, we'll put the toes on it. And then we'll put those sharp nails, or talons. Now we're going to make, once again, those curved lines to show he's got some curved shape. It's kind of a three-dimensional thing. Curve some up here, one like that. And we'll connect that underbelly back to that leg. And of course, we got the other leg on the other side, which is farther over, so we're going to kind of put it, curve it back the same way. And we only see part of it, so we'll do it like this. The rest of it's hidden by, his body. Put that foot on there. And then once again, the talons are the long nails. Talons is kind of a more dragony word. And we got those underbelly ridges like we have on the other side. Give you something fun to color. And now we're going to go back and get the rest of him. Start right there. We're going to bring that tail down because dragons have big long tails they can fight with. We'll bring that tail down like so. And it's going to be kind of partly in front of him. Curve it back up and touch the part we drew. Now he's going to have some really big spikes into this, so we've got to do a little area for him to attach to it. And kind of a spike here, a spike there, and a spike there, and another one there, which gives him just a really nice little thing you can fight with. It's just a dragon. Now the underbelly would go under part of his tail too, so we'll start it and just kind of have it go like this, because we can only see part of it because the way his tail curves back. And we'll put those lines on it. And then we'll put spikes on his tail. Just kind of bring it all the way down inside the tail. We'll make a little curvy line so we can see it's kind of got some curvy shape to the tail. Up like this. Like that. Now if you don't want to put those there, you don't have to, but I just do it to kind of show he's got some shape to it. Now, dragons have scales. We don't want to put every scale on, so let's just do a few, just to let people know when they see a drawing that our dragon's covered with scales. So we'll have some that kind of stand up. The other ones are there, but we're just kind of doing an indication some places of them. So we just put some random scales in different places. You can also do that, as you saw mine, with your color crayon or pencil or whatever you're using to do a few more. And of course, if you really wanted to, you could put these all over his tail, but I think just a few, his tail and his legs will be just enough to let people know we've got a very scaly dragon without having to put all those scales on there. A few more down his leg. Here, another one here, maybe one down here, another one there. Move on the front leg and put a few scales also, just to show that it's got scales too. A few more down like this. And then down, of course, his tail, which is part of his body. It's going to have scales too. And of course, the scales kind of protect the dragon. If you saw the Hobbit movies with Smaug, you know that the scales protect him so arrows can't get through, except where he might have a missing scale. Put a few more down the tail. Like so, and like so. So there you have your dragon. Now you can color him any way you want to and have some fun with him. Thanks for drawing with Marc.